I was kind of busy today, but I just checked the AdamCarolla subreddit. It's a subreddit, everybody. Subforum is an old term for an archaic dinosaur like myself. I'm your host, Ken Braverman, by the way. And as I was browsing the All Adam Carolla subreddit, watching The Family Guy. No, I wasn't watching The Family Guy. But we're going to the subreddit, and I was looking at Richard Parker, who apparently has some spring June energy and decided that he had to do something. I love the fact that we all are supposed to care what he thinks. Yet I do. I got to admit, I care. It's funny, but here we go. Introducing Richard Parker. We're all capping it, baby. The very worst of Guyna's Championship Series Summer Madness bracket. What? Are you setting up like a March Madness bracket for Gina? Okay. Is this what it's called? Gina Championship Series Summer Madness? The very worst, right? All right. Well, listen. I'll even put Richard Parker on here. We're going to copy that. You want a bracket? I'll give you a bracket. Well, let's unhide these formulas here. How do we do that? Review, unprotect sheet. That's right. We're going to be making changes. This is what this is. It's Richard Parker's very worst. Yeah, it is. Now, we have basketball teams in here that are rated. That's not going to help us. It's not going to help us. We're doing something else. What are we doing? What are you proposing? Tell me. This is a daily series. This is initial reactions. I've not read this in full yet. I'm proposing this is a daily series on the subreddit or subforum through the championship final round of the last two contenders. What? Through the championship final round of the last two contenders, Richard Parker's championship, whereby the very worst moments, habits, quirks, and inane utterances of Gina Grad are seeded and ranked. Okay, all right, if you want me to do that, I can do that. With a daily playoff. Wow, that's a lot of work. Daily. Whichever is the very worst among a veritable procession of awful shit show moments, like a thesaurus and, what is that, Urban Dictionary. It's a thesaurus and Urban Dictionary at the same time. He's trying to use complex words and he's crass and crude. Moments what's going on here? Once great podcast wins this most dubious distinction. I don't know, a lot of thoughts going on here in a sentence that didn't make sense. I have been able to come up with 16 entries. Okay, we need 64, but I can make it just a Sweet 16 if you want. For an initial round of 16, let's do 64. Let's actually do a bracket, dude, if we're going to do it. The way we're going to do it is in the custom team name area. So we're going to get rid of the other teams. Do we have play-in games? Are there play-in problems? Because that's what happens, by the way. So let's keep going here. Quarter, semifinal. Yeah, don't worry about the gridding. I'll take care of that. I'd like to propose J Sakic 99 or Parachute Landing Gaylor. That's fail. Okay. Landing Aylor? Weird. Or both to administer is this a different name? I don't think that's a real person. As an officially endorsed event by the subreddit. Here are my entries. 1. Russia is a tiny country. Okay. That would be like a Gonzaga right here. Because it's the largest landmass, right? She was talking about probably economy is what she was thinking, and that their output is not as is on par with a less industrialized nation. That is true in terms of GDP, but they have so many natural resources that they do get billions and billions and billions of dollars for, that even their economy is not necessarily small in its impact on the world. So she's wrong about that. 8, no follow-up. I like how you've gridded this properly, but this is going to be a 16 seed. I don't know what we're doing here. No follow-up questions on news, lack of preparation. I mean, I'll put that as a play-in 16. All right. And what happens is as we add those, they will pop up right here. Appalachian State did not win, but so fellow news question segment would win. And then this would all flow through, and we could actually grid this. So yeah, I can do this. I'm not going to do it all in video support. Little one, that motherfucker. Dude, talking about a child, man. Just because she thinks it's her kid. See, they are married now. I mean, right? So, I don't know, lay off. Kansas City, yeah, Kansas sucks. Now, Kansas City is not in Kansas, but Missouri also sucks. Both of those states suck, and I avoid them when I drive across the country because their cops are horrible and the people are stupid. Not all of them, okay? Not everyone, but a majority of people are idiots. And it's because you're living in farmland and you're getting nothing but fertilized water Like they all have bad skin. Like it's a rough area. And it's boring as hell. All you want to do is get to mountains when you're there. Everybody I know from Colorado left Kansas to get the hell out of there. NSNG, no sugar, no grains. Okay, no guess, no more. Don't like that guy anyway. Is it Vinny? Whoever? I don't like him. Minnesota Mom, right? What did we talk about? Did we talk about from Fargo? She's the only one that can do it. Okay, what's her name again? I said it in the last podcast. Frances McDormand, right? Or even the other guy, who was the car salesman, William H. Macy. William H. Macy, yeah, right? It wasn't too bad the way he did it. It's okay. Because here, when we're selling cars, okay? All right, anyway, Mensa. Yeah, Mensa, please. Don't brag about like, if you have to tell people you're smart, then you're not smart enough in the way you're talking. Trans women. Oh, can we just avoid this? I don't care. Other than that the guy who's swimming as a girl on the Penn team, I think he graduated or something. Yeah, men and women are different biologically. I agree with you. They shouldn't compete in the same sports because we're different we're different genders, and that makes different physical attributes. Our bodies are shaped differently, put together differently. Polaroid incident, don't know what that is. Theme song, don't care. The cackle. Rotten Tomatoes, the whole Rotten Tomatoes. Arby's, we keep talking about the Arby's. That's our fault. All right, orgy she walked through but did not participate. This gets commented on because I saw Baby Butters commented on this. And here's the deal. What's wrong with walking through an orgy and not participating? Maybe everyone was gross. Totally agree with you. As a matter of fact, yeah. I think that there's nothing wrong with looking. And if you're going to go there to look, then there's nothing wrong with that. Now, here's what happened. She probably didn't even go. She probably just made... Actually, maybe that's true. You know, if this is true, look, this is losing or winning. I don't know how this game works. We're going for what's the worst, right? Cylinder blocked through windshield. Don't know the story. Crash on the way to drive to Kansas. I've hit road debris in Nebraska. Other possible entries. 13 more. We get 32 team bracket. Wow. Now, it's the pot calling the kettle black here or whatever, but it's me saying, oh my God, I can't believe you're spending this kind of energy on this, yet I am actually spending energy on your energy that you have spent on this. Your energy is infectious, Richard Parker, and it just made me laugh, and I hope you laugh when you watch this podcast, because that's why I do this. It's just a comic relief throughout the day, because my brain wants to do a little bit of that. I'd Peter Butt, who almost exclusively comments whenever somebody hot is mentioned anywhere or pops up on the show and says, I'd pee in her butt, and somebody else says, oh, username checks out. Well, this is a comment not about peeing in anyone's butt. This is a comment about paying attention that Tiki Tiger has blocked a lot of people. You don't block lightly. Yeah, that's a subjective opinion about how you... Am I blocked? Dude, I'm doing YouTube videos about you. We've had beers in person, and you're going to block me? I don't know if I'm blocked or not. I think I am. We're going to find out as I comment on this. And even if I block, how can you not watch the video? Like, I beat your blocking, right? I'm around your block. I'm like a linebacker running around. All right, so nude sketches in college, whatever. Larry Miller. Let's get Larry Miller on here. I mentioned that in a previous podcast. Jessica Fanmade, I don't know what's going on here. Yep, we're talking about looking and no touching. And then lots of things. She tried to palm off. Okay, all right, well, how am I going to end this? First of all, Gina, if you see this, the fact that you've gotten enough exposure that someone this easily agitated has decided to focus on you. He's not a danger to you. As someone who's met him, he's not a danger to you. He's looking to espouse his emotions, and this is how he does it. And a lot of us respond and give him some of that response that he actually needs. So is there anything good that can come of this? Well, unfortunately, Gina, if you see this, the board has decided they don't want to hear you anymore. That we're just not happy. We're just not happy with you on the show, and people would like to hear different stuff. And I don't think you can win that battle anymore. I've said you can podcast with me, and that might help your case, but I can't promise that either, because I don't know, for some reason people don't like you on the show. And I mean, do something else with your life then. I hate to fire you via email when I don't even work at the show and have any connection to the Adam Carolla show whatsoever. But you're not what the board wants. And it's going to be more of this. And while this is action and this is stuff, I think keeping you on the show creates this kind of action. Having a bunch of negatives is probably not what the show wants. I think it was more popular back when, like, people talk about the KLSX days as a kind of a honeymoon period for the podcast. I remember working and listening to that every day and downloading the podcasts off the website back when there was an old message board of an Adam Carolla subforum, which is why I accidentally say the word subforum so frequently, that there was the Adam Carolla message board on, oh my gosh, I'll remember the domain. It's turned into the Dime for Scale now, but it was something else before that. It was like Carolla boards. There's a bunch of things, and there was a changeover when the KLXS show went down and he went off CBS. But people think of that time as the honeymoon period for the podcast. It was funny. There were produced segments. There was producers. It was legitimate radio. And I don't know. In order to get back to that, it involves somebody other than Gina, I think, on the show. Teresa was better. Teresa was on that show. She was a better mortgage. She's selling mortgages now. Or she's doing radio. I catch her on the radio doing an hour talking about mortgage products because you know what? The mortgage industry is unbelievable right now. And if you can get anyone to get into a mortgage with you, there's so much money to be made because home prices are so expensive. So Teresa's, kind of sold out a little bit, but at the same time, she's just using her skills where the money is. So, all that being said, Richard Parker is a bit too animated for health, but he's also not a danger to anyone. He just wants some response. And we'll see if I'm blocked. And if we want to build a bracket here, no, I'm not really going to do that because it's a waste of time, but it's fun to joke about, and there you go. All right, guys? Good luck, everybody. Richard, I'm coming up through New England, I think, but I don't know if I would meet with you. You don't want to meet with me. I think you're angry about not meeting with me again or so. But the offer is out there. If you want to have beers again, I will certainly on me. All right? Good luck. May all your Gina bracketing be enjoyable.